were you in a relationship when you started blowing up, or was the Addison thing very much? Was that like your main relationship in your life so far? Have you had anything else that really compared?
No. Me and Addison were together for off and on for like a year and a half. Like ever since the blow up, both of us were blowing up at the same time. We were together. It kind of helped that I was like the top guy. She's the top girl.
Right. That's kind of interesting. It's like some Jay-Z and Beyonce shit.
Yeah, I know. But the funny thing is, I wasn't the top guy when I met her. She was like 40,000 followers. I thought this girl, like this Louisiana chick, I'm like, holy shit, she's dope as fuck.
Right.
Like, and we started hanging out. We kicked it. Like, I actually fucked with her. And then it just happened that both of us blew up. And we ended up being, like, number one guy and girl.
I feel you because, like, when I met my girl, we both had, like, I think 50K on Instagram. And then, like, you know, within 6 months, we both had, like, 1 million. And it was very, like, I feel like in a lot of ways that really, like, ties us together and kind of, like, you know, just like being with somebody before you have shit going for you, like that connection kind of means a lot. And if you're smart, I think you hold on to that because you know that everybody else you meet or try to date after this in your life, you were bringing all this shit to the table that you didn't when you got into that initial relationship. You think did that keep you like trying to make it work?
No, we were never looking at it like that. We never looked at numbers or anything like that towards each other. It was always like off camera. We would barely even post together, honestly.
Right.
But everyone knew we were dating. We'd post like every once in a while.
Right.
It was never like a numbers thing.
Yeah.
And that's I think why we worked so long.
Right. Yeah. No, definitely. I think that like just it feels good to have that behind the scenes. And at a certain point, you realize like I don't want to necessarily be like using my relationship for content. Yeah. Kind of sends you down this like dark trail.
I mean, look at Austin McBroom and Catherine.
Yeah.
It's like you get married for the content. You have kids for the content. Now you're using your kids for money.
You don't think that
they're not going to see.
You don't think that's a real relationship?
I'm not going to speak on that. But
there's been a lot of rumors.
There's seen the news. Everyone's seen the news.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like obviously there's something funky going on. You know.
Yeah, and I kind of get it. Like when I look at that, I'm like, you know, like that kind of, like in my head, I could imagine that they were really in love at a certain point, and maybe at some point behind the scenes, they sort of fell out of love, but they have kids and they have this amazing business going, and it's kind of like, well,
if they break up, it's
what
like,
do we do?
Yeah, it's like nothing.
It's a really sad story playing out because then those kids are not going to have like a cohesive family unit. Yeah. So it's kind of like you could imagine that if they did fall out behind the scenes, that it would make perfect sense for them to keep it together.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that's exactly what they are doing, but it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, no, we're not saying that at all. But if that's the case, that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
For him, for sure.
So would you say that the breakup was related to like all the news and all the attention and everything, or was it something separate from that that the people wouldn't really see?
I'm sure you saw the news where it's like the cheating allegations.
I did, and I saw you adamantly deny them, so I'm not believing that.
Yeah, no, they're not true.
Right.
Like the girl was trying to get clout out of it,
right.
and it like honestly did fuck up our relationship. Mine and Addison's. Not entirely. That wasn't like because we were still working it out. We broke up and we were still working everything out. But then, like, the trust just wasn't, like, 100% there.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, she just... Was it just having to deal with that news, even if she believed you?
Yeah, it's like, even though she knows it wasn't true. And we 100% don't believe it's true. It's like, if we're still together, there's still going to be the comments, like, oh, he cheated on you. Look at all this. Like, he's still a fucked up human. Like, oh, cheater.
That's what's so crazy, man.
And everyone's going to believe it. It's just another shitty thing on my portfolio.
If you think about what it was like to be a rapper in the 90s or a rock star or whatever, like you got a wife at home and then you go on tour and you do all kinds of crazy shit. And then what? Like your girl's never going to find out unless maybe one of these girls like writes her a letter. It's kind of hard to imagine. And like now it's like, it's really fucked up because...
You make a TikTok.
Even if you were, let's say you were a rapper or a TikToker and you were in a relationship where the other girl or where your wife was kind of okay with you getting some pussy on the side, she was sort of open to it being an open relationship or whatever, but the embarrassment is what's going to make sure that doesn't work, because as soon as it gets aired out on Twitter, she's going to have 8,000 girls telling her you're letting them treat you like shit, et cetera, et cetera. So even if she was open to that, it's just not tenable these days, I don't think. I see it all the time with rappers where it's like, I know they have open relationships, but then the girls can't handle the comments.
Yeah. That's what like kind of fucked everything up.
It's crazy. Are you excited to be single?
I'm just vibing, dude, focusing on the fight. I'm just focusing on the fight right now.
I mean, it's got to be weird. Do you feel like you can meet a girl and have a normal connection with her, even if she's a civilian? If she don't got the M's on her social media account? Because I think once they have the certain level of notoriety, then it's kind of like you understand each other.
I mean, if we're just having like a conversation, yeah, I can connect with somebody. But like as soon as a camera comes out or like a phone, it's like I'm like, that fucking sucks.
But are you constantly like just having a conversation with a girl and then all of a sudden she says some weird ass shit that just calls attention to where you're at?
It feels weird. Like I feel like when I'm vibing with a chick, right? Like and I'm macking, she's macking, and then as soon as she's like, "Yo, let me get your number," I don't know what it is, but when it clicks in my head, I'm like, dang, is she trying to like leak my number or something? Like, is she gonna show?
You've
her
had that
friends?
happen?
Is she gonna show her friends and shit?
Oh, God.
Is this gonna be posted like everywhere? Yeah, it's like in the back of my head always.
Yeah, and it's almost like you don't want to really date somebody unless like they have something to lose to.
Yeah,
That's the ultimate thing that another influencer, quote unquote, I feel horrible about saying that, but that's kind of what they have in the same category. Is that like with you and Addison, you were able to have this like normal behind the scenes relationship because it's not really advantageous to either of you to like do anything messy. Whereas when you hook up with a girl that doesn't have anything going for her, it's advantageous to her to come out afterwards and say, hey, Bryce Hall's a fucking dickhead, et cetera, because what the fuck else does she have going on?
literally.
It's crazy. Very
Yeah.
weird turn of events.
Weird times we're in, for sure.
Very weird times we're in. Do you, when I look at the Nelk Boys, I look at them as kind of making like somewhat similar to your type of content, but like more overt, like more over
way
the top,
past the line.
way drunker, way more girls acting crazier. Do you feel like your content is like kind of at the level that you want it to be at, or do you feel like there's an additional level that you could take it to that would make you lose your ads on YouTube? Also,
No,
like
it's
them?
it's 100% gonna keep advancing, but slowly. So I've been working towards it.
Right.
I mean, we're all 21, 22, 20. Like we can't do the crazy shit yet, like
Right.
officially.
You
But
need
it's
to get
like
on some Dan Bilzerian shit and just be on the yacht and shit, like yacht vlogs.
We're about to do something crazy. That's for sure. Like in the future.
What are you getting out of this reality deal? Like, you seem like you're pretty content and like you have a lot of good shit going on with the YouTube and TikTok. Like, what were they able to bring to the table with the reality show idea that made you actually interested?
The story of our group. We have like
okay.
a very interesting come up. It's like we all had the same goal at the beginning, and now everyone's doing their own fucking thing. Like, you know, Jaden Hossler. Look, he was just on fucking Jimmy Kimmel, and now he's doing Ellen with Travis Barker.
Right.
He just signed with Travis Barker. He's doing like crazy music. He's like looked at in the music industry as like actually respectable now. And he
Yeah.
started out as a fucking TikToker.
That's amazing.
Yeah, Josh Richards doing his entrepreneurial shit. Like he partnered with me to create Annie Energy, which is our energy drink,
Right.
which is short for animal.
Okay.
And now it's in stores, talking to Walmart. Like we're like really fucking blowing that shit up. Griffin Johnson doing the same entrepreneurial shit. Like Anthony doing his modeling shit. It's like everybody's doing their thing.
Right.
Noah Beck, fucking top kid on social media right now.
Right. Do you like all these groups, all these houses are like destined to fail?
Yeah, for sure.
You guys are outside of that from your perspective?
We're not even a house anymore, but like we blew up together. We're all brothers. We're actually friends. The difference between most content houses is that there's like a management behind it, and you get put in there, or there's like one person that's a leader, and like you sign them and you're taking money's involved. It's like, dude, we were all boys.
Uh-huh.
We all got a house, and then we all blew up. That's what happened.
Yeah. You haven't felt, has there been like stress upon the relationship that has made you ever feel like this is not going in the right direction? Do you guys go through it in terms of like that sort of tension between each other through all this new shit that you guys are dealing with?
No, there was competition at first, and then everybody found their own lane, and now we're all just kind of killing it in our own lane.
That's super dope, because I feel like in that situation, like people getting jealous of each other and shit is so inevitable. But
Yeah.
if everybody's like working on their own shit, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, everybody's doing their own thing. Everybody has a different lane.
Yeah, that's amazing. Do you guys are you guys actively beefing with any of the other content houses that we need to know about?
We were at the start of our at our careers, like as a group, but like nah, there's no other like big content house really.
Yeah. They've all kind of fallen by the wayside for the most part.
It's mainly just me like talking shit to people that are talking shit about me. I'm getting headlines for just me responding to somebody, but then everybody's like, "Yo, this Bryce kid's problematic," starting shit. It's never me starting it.
We always hear about how TikTokers get big ass bags from record labels for using their music in your TikToks and stuff. Is that something that you're doing, and is that a decent income stream?
That is something that a lot of us are doing. Yeah.
Okay.
Not all.
Not all.
It's like a very limited amount, but yeah.
Right. Does it ever feel like, damn, I got to promote this song that I don't give two shits about instead of a song I actually like? Is this ever like a thought process?
No, it's just like, yo, I'll use this song real quick, and I'm gonna film it just like the other ones.
Right. Just sort of roll with it.
Yeah.
I fucks with it. Okay. Have you made any relationships with rappers that we need to know about? A very large percentage of our fan base is primarily rap fans and stuff. I'm sure you run into a shitload of rappers just from being out and about in Hollywood and stuff. Any connections in particular you made that the people might be interested in?
It's funny, DDG just came over. He's on the boxing card too.
Right.
He just performed "Moonwalking in Calabasas" at my house because that's like one of my favorite songs right now.
Oh wow!
So he just like came to the crib and he just started performing it live, and I was like, "Yo," my friends blindfold me and shit. I'm like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?"
Right.
And then they take it off and it's just him performing it. I was like, "Holy shit, this is fucking dope." I have something. That's not 100% yet, but like something with Wiz Khalifa.
Oh wow!
Which is gonna be sick for content.
That's dope. You know, I was just thinking though, Blueface right now is doing season 2 of his reality OnlyFans show where he has all these super ratchet girls living in his house. We did a vlog with like the first cast, and it did like super good with us and everything. And like now he's got another cast of girls. They're all crazy. They're all drunk as fuck, and they're banging different gangs and shit. If you want the layup to pull up to the camouflage Blueface mansion that's filled with all these crazy ass girls, just let me know because
I'll do that.
It is a wild world. You just made me think of it because Blueface exclusively listens to his own music in his home. And when we went over there, the song with DDG had just come out, the Moonwalking in Calabasas. Yeah. So it was very like, oh, like we're going to hear the song 18 times while we're here. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, Blueface. That was like the first time I heard a Blueface song that was like on rhythm, you know?
Yeah,
I was like, oh shit. Yeah.
A lot of his early stuff was like, why is he rapping like that? That's crazy.
But it blew him up.
Yeah.
It blew him the fuck up. Yeah.
It did.